The only way to be successful is to be honest. But Jack, you will say, a lot of people are dishonest and they still make money. Yes, but hear me out. For those people, their truth, their inner truth is get money or get power no matter what. And that's going to open doors and opportunities that other people cannot see. People who have a different set of values, a different sort of honesty, a different truth. And that's what I want to talk about today.
The only way to be successful is to be honest with yourself, honest with what you want, honest with what you believe, and honest with what you want to achieve. What do you want to share with the world? What do you want to get out of life? What is important to you? And success is going to look different for different people.
One of the biggest problems that we have today is that a lot of people correlate success with having money, having stuff. And these things are super nice, super necessary sometimes, but that's not exactly what success is for everyone. What I'm saying is that money cannot be your ultimate be all end all goal. It might be, and that's fine. But if it were, you wouldn't have clicked on a channel called To Live Creatively. You might have clicked on a channel called To Live Monetarily, or maybe To Live Really Stressed. Some people's success might look like helping each other, a successful volunteer, a successful activist. Other people's success might be their children, having a kid and raising them right, having them thrive in this world. That is success. A successful person has done that. So the meaning of success is different for every person that tries to define it.
Money is not a measure of success. It's the cherry on top, but it is not the answer. The answer has to be I want to do this thing because of what it will add to my life or others. The money will follow because, yes, we all need money. This is not a question.
Not everybody needs to be a billionaire, but we all need money to survive. There's no debate here. We need money to buy food or, toys for the dog. It's an imperative necessity. There is no way around that. So I guess that in order to be successful, you need to ask yourself, what do you want out of life?
What do you want out of this? What is this going to bring you? How is this going to make you happy?
And that's really the existentialist question of our age. We have everything we could ever ask for. Toilet paper, coffee from halfway across the world, all of the world's knowledge in one website, and next day shipping. So what do we do with the time that is available to us on this planet?
And asking yourself that question will eventually tell you what it is that you want to do, or what it is you can be. On that same subject, there is this one thing that people often say.
You can do whatever you set your mind to. And I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. It's weird how that's the new subverting expectations, because you probably thought I was going to say, no, you can't, but actually, yes, you can. However, there's a big button here, and it's not mine.
What you need to understand is that, sure, you can do whatever you want, but things are going to be exponentially more difficult than you think they will be. So yes, you can absolutely do whatever you set your mind to, but the setting your mind to bit is very complex, and it takes a long time to get to that point, and progress is made very slowly. And this is where most people quit.
They go like, I can do whatever I set my mind to. Then they try it for a couple of days and they go, well, I guess I'm not God's strongest soldier after all.
And they quit when they haven't even started. So they never achieve that measure of success that they want to get to without it being prematurely derailed. So in order to be successful, you need to first answer the question, what is it that I want to do?
Second, understand that you're going to have to work a lot harder than you think you need to. I am having that exact same problem right now. I started this YouTube channel as a way to inspire people and help them reconnect to their creative self. Now, I speak from a place where I have ADHD, but I do try to expand this to include people who don't have the condition, but still feel disconnected from their creative selves.
And I am finding out that while I may have come up with a decent system to create these videos and upload them in a timely manner, Getting to a place where it can actually sustain my life is going to take a while.
It's going to take time and it's going to take work in areas that I still haven't figured out. So it's discouraging, but all difficult things usually are.
You have to persevere and you have to learn how to get back up. That's the only way you're going to be able to learn the things you need to learn through failure. If you do something and you're automatically good at it and everything comes easy, you're never going to feel successful. You're going to feel like you cheated.
And that's the other thing you need to ask yourself is how much harder is this actually going to be? What sort of things do I need to learn to get to where I want to be? And when it comes to learning and doing and working, a question that I usually come back to is, do the things that you do define you? Was I defined by my fake email job? Are you defined by your gig economy job? Are you defined by the thing you do 8 hours a day before coming home and spending the rest of the night watching Netflix? What defines you?
If you were to make an elevator pitch of what's important to you, then what would that look like? Would you have family in there? Would you have other people in there? Would you have politics in there? Would you have religion in there? Would you have video games in there? Would you have food in there? It can be anything, but it needs to relate to something that brings joy to yourself and others around you. Nobody is an island.
So the things that you do, in my opinion, don't define you. It's the why you do them that defines you. And the things that you want to do that define you. And how you want to relate to the world and the kind of mark you want to leave on this world. That's what defines you. And what defines you is going to help you succeed as long as you understand and figure out what exactly that is. And here's the core of this whole spiel. There is a truth living inside you, and you can feel it tugging you in the right direction every single time you make a decision.
Even a mundane decision. For some of us, especially those of us with poor executive function, this is extremely evident when we get a task from, like, our boss, and our brain refuses to do it because it's stupid, because it's pointless, because it's someone else's responsibility, and you'll feel that tug in the other direction. Call it what you want. Gut feeling, instinct. I call it truth. Your truth doesn't lie that way, so your body physically rejects it.
One of the reasons people are incredibly successful in their field, like artists or writers or athletes or filmmakers, is because they are expressing themselves from a place of honesty. They come into these projects with every raw feeling they have inside them. And that's how they're successful, because they are able to successfully allow their art or their business to tell the world exactly what they're about. This is what's important to me. And it doesn't have to be huge or life-changing. It might just be something that you're hyper-focused for a couple of days and you go like, hey, I'm wondering about this one thing that people do. Maybe I want to talk about it. Maybe I want to study that. Maybe I want to discuss it. And that's going to help you produce the best work you can produce.
You need to think of what's important to you, and you need to think about it in terms of which personal value does it speak to.
For example, I have ADHD, like I've mentioned before, and my chosen career has been one misstep after another. I haven't been particularly great at what I chose to do, and it's giving me no small amount of anxiety. It's giving me depression, and I've burnt out because while I'm decently good at it, my heart's not in it. It's not my truth. It's not truthfully what I would want to do. It's not truthfully how I would choose to express myself.
So, my capacity to become successful at my career was already very reduced. And when you're in a high powered environment with all of these people studying and being interested and investigating and researching what is next in the field, and you're there kind of being like, oh, well, wherever it takes me, that's going to affect the sort of opportunities that are open to you. Whereas other people that I've worked with who also had ADHD were able to actually make a career out of it.
So it's not the mental illness that's preventing me from working as hard as I possibly can. It's that I'm honestly not that interested in it.
So there are some people with my exact same condition that manifests in a different way for them, allowing them to make a career out of something I couldn't. They are working on the thing that their brain can engage with, and I couldn't. And that's the work that I'm doing right now.
And you can see this in the most elite performers in the world. You can see that, for example, with people like Lionel Messi, a world class football star, the best player in history, according to some, including me. When he talks, you can see that his truth lies in football. He lives and breathes football. That's what's important to him. Therefore, he becomes the number one player in history. This is a 150-year-old sport, and he has become the best. You have people like Neil Gaiman working on their own truth, speaking from the heart, writing from the heart, and becoming one of the most prolific writers out there. You have people like Mr. Beast, who honestly, truthfully believes in what he does. And you can agree or disagree with the stuff he does, but he 100% believes in what he does, and he 100% believes in how he does it, and the sort of message he wants to put out there, because he's truthful about it to himself. And that allows him to be the best YouTube creator in the world right now. Another more down-to-earth example, my previous manager at my old job. He was really into creating the best possible user experience with the engineers that he had. And that turned him into a person who got opportunities and promotions and salary raises and more people to manage, because that was his truth. And you need to understand that. And it could take a while to get there.
It's taken me, I'm 45 years old already, and it's taken me forever to find that perhaps I should be doing something that aligns a lot more with what I believe in, or who I believe I should be, or who I believe I should be helping. So it might take a while for you as well, and that's fine. Your journey takes as long as it needs to take. And I've said this before, you don't need to have everything figured out. Not yet. But if you are spinning your wheels right now, you might want to look at the possibility that you are not being honest with yourself. And as soon as you are and commit to the bit fully, opportunities will open.
Do I know this for a fact? No! I am working on this YouTube channel to see what happens, but I am giving it my all in the hopes that someday, probably, hopefully soon, a door will open. An opportunity will present itself for me to continue doing this, to continue living this truth that I have inside me, where I want to talk to people and help them to wake their creativity back up. Because 20 years ago, I was a comics artist and I quit, and it kills me. Every time I find my old comics, my scripts, my notes, my sketches, I die a little bit. Because I stopped doing my truthful work. And I traded that in for work that would allow me to survive. And survival is fine. It's more than fine. It's necessary. But we shouldn't have to trade one for the other.
You have to figure out how to live your own truthful self before that truthful self goes out and does work for you and brings back the opportunities that you deserve and that you want and that you need and that I believe you can get.
Because inside you, there is an artist or a musician or a parent or an athlete or an entrepreneur. The more we live our truth, the easier it's going to be to find the doors that are open to us. And if you have been living that truth and doors have still not opened for you, just keep going. Don't quit like I did.
Please keep going. I want to know who you are. Give me your elevator pitch in the comments. Take 5 minutes to tell me who you are, and believe me, you'll discover it alongside